Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I am going to be showing off Scarlet Spider. Now, I have brought this entire team to Gear Tier 14, Level 80. I will just tell you straight up, I didn't totally max the team, because I really want to see how the team does at a lower gear level than my symbiotes. I want to see, are they able to sort of handle it at a gear level that's equivalent to my lesser symbiote. So what I've been doing for a while, even though I've been rating Doom 2.3, is I've left Venom at Gear Tier 14. I've left Carnage at Gear Tier 14. Scream I had a Gear Tier 15 from GD4. I had these two characters at Gear Tier 16 from DD5. But my plan has been and will be to sort of show off this team at a lower gear level, because this team, from my testing on the test center pretty extensively with the team, I think the team is very much a raid-only kind of team. It's just a lot worse in other game modes. And it's certainly better than the symbiotes in raid. But really what I'm focused on right now is getting the team to a spot where it's good enough to get me through the raids easily without needing, heals and that, timing out, anything like that. And I think this will probably be enough level for me to do that for now. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show off Scarlet Spider. I did do the unlock. I pulled 5 red stars by design. Did not pull an Elite 6 or Elite 7 orbs. I had them, but I purposely did not pull them. I just don't think this team is worth going that hard on red stars for. And then let me just talk through the T4s and ISO before I start showing you some gameplay. Now, one thing, though, before I do that, I do want to, this video is sponsored by Amazon Coins. This is my first and only sponsor for this channel, and I picked this sponsor because I actually use the product and believe in it. So we're going to have a quick word from them, and then I'm going to get right to the T4 and ISO choices. Hey guys, I want to tell you about our sponsor, Amazon Coins. This is the first and only sponsor of this channel. The reason I've taken them on is because I use this product myself. It's very simple. You download the Amazon App Store on your Android device. It could even be BlueStacks. Even if you use an iPhone, just get BlueStacks, download it there. That's what I do. And you know what? You save 20% or up to 20% on your Scopely offers, your Marvel Strike Force offers, by purchasing them through Amazon Coins. All you do, you click the link below, you buy your Amazon Coins. Here you get 5,000 for $42.50, and then you can just use those for $50 worth of offers in the game. You save a lot of money that way. It's a no-brainer. And by the way, I do this myself. As you can see here in the link below, I use it myself, and so I'm recommending a product I've been using for quite a long time. Please click on that link. Use that to get your Amazon Coins, because it supports this channel, supports the guy who makes all my images and thumbnails, all that good stuff. Appreciate your support. All right, well, now we're back, and I'm going to go through the T4 choices now. So let me just say these are my initial impressions. I've played the full team together on the test server, but and I've done a decent amount, but not as much as I would in live. So my infographic when that comes out will be a little different, I'm sure, over time as I get more used to the team. But right now, I really there's no question for me that I wanted to do the passive here, because this gets you another 15% max health for the entire team and 15% dodge chance for himself. That seemed like a no-brainer to me. The ult, though, is just damage. Now, I will say, attacking all enemies, for 60% damage, this seems like kind of a nice to have, but I'm going to see whether I really need it. I'm going to go without it to see whether it's really necessary. This strikes me as a kind of nice to have, but when I was using this team, really the importance of this was the clearing all positive effects more than anything else. That is what this ability was most importantly doing. I didn't really seem to have any issue with damage with the team. This one, though, I did like. This ability is one of these abilities that actually prolongs the duration of negative effects on not only the primary target but 3 other targets in a chain. And before, it was prolonging the duration of 2 negative effects, and then it goes up to 3. I like this just in case there are 3 effects, and there's one that you really want, like you really want to prolong the blind, for example, which there is, Ghost Spider, Spider Gwen, she generates blind. You know, if you want to prolong that and there's 3 or more there, you want a higher chance of getting that blind prolonged. One thing I will say, you could see here that, you know, the fact that they've excluded ability block, stun, and trauma from having Inspiration prolonged really limits, I think, the strength of this team, particularly outside of raids, because, you know, the symbiotes and all the other characters do extend trauma. You can test it yourself. Put a Mega Red there, put some trauma on a character, and then you can extend it with Symbiote Spider-Man. You can extend and spread ability block and so on. So you can certainly extend stun. I think they were concerned about making the team too strong. So but nonetheless, I think this is probably in the nice to have category, but I liked it a little more than Clone Crush. Scarlet Devastation is purely just some damage. And so this is, you know, very much in the kind of lower end of the nice to have category, right? You know, it's okay. It's good, but, you know, just, you know, because it's going to chain a couple other targets, but it's nothing to write home about. Now, regarding ISO, I know that there's been some differences of opinion floating around. So let me just start by saying you want a lot of this team to be Raider. Really, from my view, as much of the team to be Raider as possible. And why is that? Well, Scarlet Spider gives the entire team 50% crit damage. Okay, that's really nice. And then Spider Punk gives the entire team, so it says 20%, 30% critical chance, you know, in raids. That's really nice too. So this is a team that's getting 30% extra critical chance and 50% critical damage. Well, Raiders are all about, you know, crits, and it gives, you know, the Raider class, if you look at what it's doing here for Scarlet Spider, you know, the Raider class is giving him 30% crit chance, 20% crit damage, 30% max out. So the 30% crit chance means that he's going to be getting all that massive crit damage even more. And this, you know, this also has that synergy. So to me, this team, most of the team you want to have is Raider. And so the reason I have Miles as a striker is because of the 5, he's the best, has the best ISO attack. He clears 3 positive effects if he has a Web Warrior ally. So I think he's the best striker. And so then the question is, do you need to have Skirmisher on any of these characters? I know some people have been asking me that they've heard recommendations from other people, I guess, that Spider-Man should be a Skirmisher. In my testing, I have not found that to be necessary. For purposes of focus, his focus is actually higher than Symbiote Spider-Man or Anti-Venom. So from my perspective, at least when it comes to current content, I'm not really concerned about his focus, because if he's doing better than Symbiote Spider-Man in that department, then why do I need more focus than that, right? Because Symbiote Spider-Man and Anti-Venom are doing the job. Maybe if you have a low-star Spider-Man, but most people, that's going to be an easy 7-star upgrade, right? It's the easiest character to get. It's one of the first characters you get in the game for free. Everybody's got Spider-Man. Now, here, I'll just show you here on the list. So here you go. This is on msf.gg. This is the list of focus, okay? It's sorted by focus. This is the column here that got my mouse my mouse cursor on. Here's Symbiote Spider-Man. Okay, here's the Anti-Venom. They're both at 11,995. And Spider-Man is up here. So he's 63rd in the game. He's around top 3rd or so in damage or in focus. I think that's fine for now. Maybe in the future you need him to be a skirmisher, but I don't see him being that yet. Yes, you also do clear positive effects when you're a skirmisher. I think that's good. But you do that with Scarlet Spider anyways. Scarlet Spider clears all positive effects on his ultimate, and then Miles, as you saw, on his basic is going to be clearing positive effects. So I don't really think you need it. But, you can try it out for yourself and make your own decision. I just think you're leaving a lot of damage on the table by not going Raider. So I think Raider for the full team, Miles as a striker. Okay, let's get into doing some gameplay here. I'm going to start with Blitz because people a lot of times want to just see the animations. So we're going to do that right now. Take that off of Sim. And we will do the full team here. and just see what we get up. All right, there we go. We'll do them against the Sinister Six. And this will allow everyone to see the animations and the character. And then we're going to go to raid after this. Okay. All right. So we'll put disrupt there. The dodge is nice. So who do we want to have ability blocked? I'm thinking Shocker, so we don't get that offense up on the team. Oh, and that's got screwed up by the deflect. Okay, so here's our Scarlet Spider. We're going to put him in 1 speed. We're going to do the extend, so it chains. All right, so let's see. Oh, this is kind of cool looking. They definitely have, done a nice job of giving each character like his own look, right? Or her own look in the case of Ghost Spider. Okay, that's cool. Okay. All right. So let's see. I think Electro is probably the biggest threat. Okay, hopefully let's see, we want a character with slow, so we can put blind. But obviously we can't. Okay, well, there we go. So now this is his big move with the car, the ultimate, that applies slow to one target and then clears positive effects on any target that has slow. So Rhino already has slow. You can put it on Mysterio. Now, in raids, this just clears positive effects from everyone. All right, that's kind of cool. And then we'll do this here. I forgot to take that off 1x speed. So there we go. Okay, we'll spread here. Okay, now we'll see his basic. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Definitely a good looking character. I mean, from just the art department always seems to do a great job in this game. I've never once, well, I might say never once, but I rarely have any complaints with the art department. All right, let's go into raids. Now, I will just say, as a starting point here, that I wish I could show him in Doom 2.3 right now. And the reason I can't is just we just started this raid. We've been doing, because it's the beginning of raid season, we're doing like a rushing a bunch of raids. So we just started one, and my bio nodes aren't until the back. And so I just, realistically, there's no way I'm going to get there. I'll do another separate video with him in 2.3. But let's go into beta raid. I'm right on some bio nodes here. So let's just see how the team does with we'll go to Spider. We'll sort by Spider-Verse. We'll do Symbiote Spider-Man as the last character. So Symbiote Spider-Man, and then we're going to go with some of these other characters. So it'll be, there we go. All right. Putting Scarlet Spider next to Miles since he's stealth. That'll hopefully break some chains. Scarlet Spider, definitely low on health because these characters are lower stars. I've only got 5. I'm at 5 red stars. So I'm at 7 red stars, G16 for Symbiote Spider-Man. And then I'm at all the rest of them are G14, level 80. And then, right now Scarlet Spider is only at 3 red stars. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider is at 5 red stars. All right, so let's see what this looks like. So she's the character you would want to get the Disrupt on. Now, in terms of an ability block, I mean, none of these characters are that tough. Well, let's see if we can get in on Spider-Man. We can. Well, he just died anyways. That's cool. All right, let's prolong some negative effects. This is what they look like at ×3. Still look pretty good. Okay. You can see team, this is obviously this is the Greek raid. So this is not going to be super hard, okay? It's not necessarily a judge of anything, but you guys have already seen me in the test center, the test server, show off the entire team. You've also seen me use the first 3 web warriors with Symbiote Spider-Man and Anti-Venom in Doom 2.3. But of course, I will show off this exact team in Doom 2.3 as soon as I can. But at least this will give you a sense. The team does, my judgment is, my expectation actually is that this team right here, Gear 14 level 80, will perform as well as my symbiotes did. And let me just, I'll do another node, and then we'll talk about it. And then I'm going to talk about how to use them in war. I'm going to show you some examples and from my Discord and some of the stuff we've been doing with this team. And I'll talk to you about my thoughts on this team in war as well. Okay. Might as well spread this defense down. I do really like Spider-Gwen's kit. And I don't know if I'm ever going to not call her Spider-Gwen. Because I I really like the character. And that's sort of what I know her as. All right. Okay, obviously Simba Spider-Man's putting in the work. Now people have asked me, what would be the best 5th character? And there's no question in my mind that it's Symbiote Spider-Man, and I will explain why as soon as we're done with this node. I'm going to talk about that before we go to war. There we go. So you see Symbiote Spider-Man, I'll just show you, he does extend stun. And that's, one of the advantages that they have. I still think the Web Warriors are better in raids, as you can see. Make mincemeat of the enemy. Now, let's talk a little bit about their usage in war, and I'll try to do some practice mode so you can see as well. Before I do that, let me just say, might as well. This is one of my draws. One thing we'll talk a little bit about her in a minute, actually, because she's something that counters the Web Warriors pretty significantly. But going back I'll go to Spider-Verse here for a second. So people have asked me, well, what sort of hybrid teams can you run? Because for free-to-play players, they may not get enough stars in all these characters, and a lot of players are not going to have enough gear to gear up a whole nother bio team right away. How can you do a hybrid team? I think there's no question in my mind that Symbiote Spider-Man is the best 5th character if you don't want to gear up all 5, because he has this ability here in raids in his passive. When a negative effect is applied to an enemy, heal self and all hero Spider-Verse and symbiote allies for 3% of this character's max health. So this is a big part of the sustain that the symbiotes have. But this part of it also extends to Hero Spider-Verse, which is great because the entire Web Warrior team are heroes. Okay? All of these characters, if you look at all of them, Miles is a hero, Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, Scarlet Spider, and Spider-Punk. So all these characters get that benefit from the Symbiote Spider-Man passive. So I think that's a no-brainer that you're going to want Symbiote Spider-Man as your 5th, okay? And if you're going to need another one, then you could really choose between Anti-Venom and Scream would be my choice for the second ones. Anti-Venom is certainly good and does, some nice stuff, but when he's not on the full team of symbiotes, some of the value he brings, like the res and all that, is a lot less important when there's only one other symbiote. All right, let's go now and talk about war. One thing I'll just say is this team, I did some testing on the test server, and I showed you kind of how this team did in war. I've used this team a ton in war practice mode on the test server against a variety of teams. It always loses to teams like the Black Order. You can struggle and beat Marauders. That's kind of where this team is at on offense. On defense, I'll just show you. There was somebody who placed the Web Warriors on defense in the test server, and let me show you what I did. This was a punch up that I did with Supernatural. So why was I able? This was the end of the battle, just to show you, because when you use war practice mode, you don't get like a thing that says here's the result. Why did this work so well? Well, for one thing, the Web Warriors have no cleanse, and so any team that can just put tons of debuffs on them is going to wear them down over time, because they just, as long as they don't, they're not dodging the debuffs, as long as the debuffs are landing, the Web Warriors really can't do much about that. Secondly, Elsa, we just saw her a minute ago, right? I got a 6th red star on Elsa. She's still going to stay at low gear for me. But if you go, and I'll show you her kit here in a minute, the reason that works so well is Elsa has a passive. If there's a miss or an ally miss, if this character has 3 or more supernatural allies, attack the target for 220% damage. And then look at this. On enemy dodge, attack that enemy for 220% damage. So whenever an enemy dodges, she attacks them. So on the test server, this was, all these characters were at roughly the same size. And so the Elsa was pretty big, and she was just killing everybody as they dodged, because the Web Warriors rely on dodge. But there are other teams that will destroy the Web Warriors as well. Basically, any team that can get out there and just apply a bunch of debuffs and start disabling them, and as long as they're not going to get, as long as they themselves have a way of cleansing those debuffs, the debuffs that come back from the Web Warriors are going to be fine. And it's even better if they have something that's unavoidable, some attacks that are unavoidable, so they can't be dodged. Because one of the things that is a little tricky about the Web Warriors is, since there's a lot of dodge, it can be RNG when the computer, the CPU, the AI is the one controlling them, because you can get extra dodges. So what should you do with the Web Warriors? Well, first of all, you may not even want to use them in war at all. You may just want to shelve them in war. Just keep them on the sidelines, use them for cleanup or whatever. If you are gearing them because you need them for bio raids and you're gearing them ahead of some of your other characters, of course they're going to do better. If they're, if you have a 600k Web Warrior team and the rest of your teams are 300k, well, obviously the Web Warriors are going to do better because they're twice as large. And, what some people are doing is just throwing them on war defense and letting the other side screw up. This guy in my Discord recently made a number of posts showing how his Web Warriors did on defense. This is without Scarlet Spider, but you get the idea. He threw Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel with them, and this guy brought in symbiotes on basically a punch across and got destroyed. And that, I just got to tell you, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, that's just like a learn to play moment there, I would say. Or get good, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever the meme is, this team is not that good, but this guy didn't really know how to play it. I'll give you, this guy's got, but Aces on my Discord got a bunch of defensive wins. This is in Platinum too. Here's another one. This team brought in Brotherhood and they couldn't do it. Not sure how they managed to screw that up. And then this guy brought in this team with Silver Surfer and also got a loss. Now this was, I don't know what to say, what to say about that, but I will just say that I don't think that, in my experience, trying to face off the team in war practice mode, and actually I faced it in recent wars as well, now that I think about it. I beat this team twice in a recent war, once with Skill Military, once with I think Fantastic Fortron or something. I mean, it was just it's not that hard of a team to beat, but you have to understand how the kits work. So, that's sort of my take here. I think for now, you can throw them on war defense and see how they do. And so let's try with the team that I have now in war practice mode and see see what they look like. I'm going now to do that. I will just say to you guys, I know some of you are going to disagree with my take on this team, which is fine. I've noticed that as I've given my opinions about it, there's some people who really love this team, and that's great. But I feel like my role is to call them as I see them, so to speak. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it as I see it. And I just don't think that this team is all that great outside of raids. So let me go. I'm trying to find a team small enough where we could do some work and it's not going to be overwhelming. Here we go. All right. So first of all, here's one of my alliance mates has put his web warriors on his web warriors on defense. So let's see what we can do here. Now, I don't think the Supernatural are going to be as good against them without Elsa, but my Elsa's not geared. So let's just see how Supernatural do. This is hella natural on a 50K punch-up. I have no idea, honestly. But let's just try. Okay, so what I would do here, let's see. I think we'll stack up debuffs on her. Bleeds. All right, now let's... This is Ghost. I don't like Ghost, and I don't like Ghost Spider, but I think we're going to stun Ghost Spider. We'll do this. Okay, he dodged that. Kudos. We extend the stun. All right. Okay. And now let's spread the blind. I like that. Okay. La-di-da. Okay, one down. Okay. All right. Might as well kill Spider-Man. Okay. All right. All right. The dodge is an issue there. All right. Ghost is a problem. Now, Ghost obviously not actually part of the team. So there's that. Okay. Okay, and now Spider-Man is stunned. We'll throw some negative effects on Ghost. All right, we get another dodge there. This is the all-dodgy team. All right, we'll do that. All right, now Spider-Man's down. All right. All right, let's just make sure that we definitely want her to down. Okay, so Miles, we might as well take Miles down, get him disrupted. I got to tell you, Hella Naturals, guys, is like a very outmoded team. It beats like old meta. If you look at I'll show you in a minute when we're done with this. Let's just auto Ghost here. I mean, if Ghost even won here, 1v5, it says nothing about the Web Warrior team because she's not on it anyway. But we're doing this on auto because this is just a waste of time at this point. There we go. All right, I think we can all agree this was like a trivial win for the team. So let me just show you. I mean, my war offense tier list, I got Hella Natural as a tier 6 war offense. Okay, so I appreciate that there's players out there that just don't know what they're doing and are gonna screw up against your team. But it's not that hard to beat this team. And I appreciate that some of you love this team, and that's great. I mean, I love Captain America, and if there was a Captain America team, I would love it as well. But let's just be realistic. This team is a bio raid team. Okay? And then let's now let me show you. Let's do Scarlet Spider. and see how Scarlet Spider does against a team like this one. Okay. Let's do Web Warriors. Let's see how they do. All right, so let's see. All right. Let's not even bring in a fifth. Well, let's bring in a fifth. Let's be fair to them here and do that. Although I don't want something that's going to carry them. I think they're going to beat. I think I should be able to get them to beat this team. So that's why maybe just Squirrel Girl. Let's bring in Squirrel Girl because she's a cleanse. That's who I would bring in. Let's do that. I want to bring in a character that's like good enough to help them, but like not carrying them, right? Because then you can't see the team do well. You're just seeing like, you know, some other character. Where's my Squirrel Girl? There she is. Okay. Let's try that. Another option that somebody mentioned in my chat is Punisher. That's a good idea. So okay, here we go. So I'm not going to waste. We'll take out She-Hulk first. I'm not going to waste the cleanse here because we're going to need it down the line. Okay. So let's start with that. The Disrupt, I like that. And then let's do the ability block on Invisible Woman so we don't get the cleanse on their end. Okay. There we go. So like I said, you know, if you know what you're doing, you know, this team can be pretty good on offense. Now, it's not, I mean, obviously this is a punch down on, you know, Fantastic Four are not a great team either, okay? We're going to work our way up the charts, okay? Okay, well, actually, now we're having a little bit of trouble. Thank goodness we got Squirrel Girl. Okay, oh, Jesus. Sorry, I know some of you don't like when I swear, so I apologize for that. Oh, my Lord, okay. Let's stun She-Hulk. All right, let's try to, well, at least we'll clear the positive effect on her. So there's that. I should have targeted another character for slow. That was a mistake. All right. All right, so this didn't work quite as well as I wanted. Let me try to pick a different team. This didn't work so well. All right, let me try a different team. All right, I think so that one didn't quite work. Let's try Wave 1 Avengers. See how they do there. We'll start with the Web Warriors. And I'll throw in Squirrel Girl just like I did last time. Okay. Let's try this one again. All right, another punch down. The issue with this team, one of the issues, as you can see, is they don't have a cleanse. Another issue is just that the team is it relies a lot on dodge, and a lot of their abilities are you know, rate only. Okay. All right, now who do I want? I'm going to ability block Captain America. Oh, crap, he had immunity. So that was a misplay. That may have really hurt me here. All right, we'll prolong the duration here just to get some damage. And okay, go after Thor. All right, so I did have a misplay here. That does affect things a little bit. Okay. Okay, one thing that is pretty nice. So we're going to now this will apply slow to Captain America and clean the buffs off of him and Hulk. Okay, it didn't do it because, you know, my Scarlet Spider is only 3 stars. All right, I think I think we want the cleanse here. Just to make sure we keep Miles alive. Oh, no. Okay, we got a miss. Okay, there we go. We cleared the taunt. So let's stun Hulk. Okay, the stun didn't land, I guess. All right, now let's spread those debuffs. So there we go. That was the key attack. Really, it's Spider-Gwen that did it. 5 red star Spider-Gwen. And there we go. So we got something down here. Like I said, I think with this team, you really got to pick your spots. You've got to find a team that the debuffs are not entirely, they're not going to overwhelm you. And you need to, I think, bring a cleanse. Okay, somebody wants me to use Drax with them. I'll try Drax next time as well. We can try Drax. Let me try to find another team. All right, I'm just trying to find another team for us to use that, we've already seen them against a couple teams. I want to try something different. That's not too big. Okay, I don't want an unrealistically big team. All right, let's try them against Sinister Six, and this is a fairly typical Sinister Six. A lot of you are going to see, right? Where you've got a big Doc Ock and then a bunch of G12 characters. So let's try that. All right, so somebody's really excited about me trying Drax. And that is, by the way, a character that is another kind of... People wonder, why do I use Drax sometimes? And more I've said I use him in almost every war. It's because he's got that pre-taunt, that auto-taunt. So this is another punch down. Now, people I have some folks. So what I would do here, by the way, guys, is I would focus on the small ones first, just to get something down. All right, well, here, though, you want to put... I'm probably going to try to get the Disrupt. Well, you want it on Rhino and Doc Ock. I guess we need to have it on Rhino. Okay, we got it on both. Okay, that's good. So far, so good. Now let's ability block Doc Ock. There we go. So far, so good. Okay. Let's try to stun Doc Ock. There we go. All right, so this one worked. We don't want to blind Rhino because that's... Okay. We'll reduce the speed bar on Doc Ock. Yeah, we got this one. All right, so that's good. That was a punch down. We're going to try some punch ups now. That's about, I'm trying to go take it slow. We're going to work our way up a little bit. All right, let's try to find a bigger Doc Ock. Okay, so this is a significantly bigger Sinister Six. Let's see if this was a fluke or not. All right, so we'll try this. We'll try this now. Okay, this is a punch across. Okay, so this is more reasonable to see. Okay, can it do a punch across in Sinister Six? Because that's a team that you still see it on War Defense, right? All right, and they're going after Drax. The person who said Drax, he is getting some benefit here. Okay, I'm trying to get down the Vulture quickly. I think there's no Rhino here, so we really want the Disrupt on Doc Ock. We got it. Okay, and also you saw the Striker where he removed the positive effects. Okay, we're in ability block Doc Ock. We did it. Okay. Now we're going to extend those debuffs on Doc Ock. Okay, resisted. Scarlet Spider's only 3 red stars, so that's part of it. Okay, let's stun Doc Ock. Okay, we did it. That's huge. Now he gets the additional in war. He gets the additional turn meter and so on. So you can see this one's definitely tougher. So we're going to aim for the one character. One character doesn't have slow as Swarm. There we go. And now we're going to clear positive effects. Okay, that worked. Now we're going to try to blind Doc Ock. Didn't work. Ooh. Okay, Drax is down. All right, we're doing this. We're kind of going all in on Doc Ock because, let's face it, that's really the character you need to worry about here. Oh, now the problem is we don't have a cleanse. This is the problem with not having Squirrel Girl. Like, Drax definitely took some hits in the beginning, but now we have no Squirrel Girl to cleanse our debuffs. Okay, I'm going to go after Swarm. He's like the biggest damage dealer here. I guess I'll spread. So is Electro. I'll spread the slow around. Okay. Oh, see those bleeds. Oh, no. That's the issue here. It's just they really can't do anything with debuffs, and that's the problem with the team. I just think without Squirrel Girl, this is just a challenging matchup for them. We're going to see whether Scarlet Spider can pull this out, but I'm not optimistic without a bunch of lucky dodges, and there we go. Okay. Let's try the same attack. You know, one thing that somebody's reminding me of is that Ghost Spider only blinds in raids, and I'm looking for the blinds, but they're only coming in raids. I want to try this attack again. I want to try it with Squirrel Girl. But by the way, I'll just say that's kind of a theme with this team. I think that they are much, much better in raids. And this is clearly, I mean, I will say this again for people who are disappointed that I'm not higher on the team. I do think this team is fantastic in raids. Just less fantastic outside of it. All right, so this, I think Squirrel Girl's going to make a big difference here. So this is, once again, a punch across. We're going to once again go kind of all in on Doc Ock. Okay. So far, so good. Got some good dodges as well. All right, we're going to put the Disrupt on Doc. Okay. All right, let's just... Once again, going hard on Doc Ock. All right, I think we'll do the cleanse now. Okay. Ability block Doc Ock. All right, so far so good. Defense down on Doc Ock. All right, working so far. It's just in war they do have a lot of damage. They have a lot of sustain. I think that other team just maybe the reason we're able to win is because they had G12 characters. So in raid, so this all this does is just attack. You see, it doesn't apply blind outside of raids. So let's apply slow here. And then let's clear. Okay, clear a lot of positive effects that time. All right, one thing he cannot evade is that turn meter rewind. All right, there you go. Squirrel Girl's got some good damage. There we go. Okay, so that's huge right here. Now with getting Doc Ock down, I think we got it. I think Squirrel Girl really helped here, right? Obviously, we had this is, I think, a 6 red, 7 yellow G14 Squirrel Girl. So a pretty decent sized Squirrel Girl. Okay, and that got the job done. All right, we're gonna try another team. We're going to work our way up the ladder a little bit. So we saw that we could beat Sinister Six on a punch across with, of course, Squirrel Girl, importantly, as the 5th to bring the cleanse, which I think is a real thing that this team lacks. Let's try. This will be interesting. Let's try an Emma Rodder team without Emma. So I think this is another team that I think a lot of people, you're seeing a lot of, right? A team like this, where it's got Emma Rodders without Emma. These are not the best teams in war, okay? These are kind of a lower end. I would call them lower end teams. But they're there, and you're going to need to use something to clear them. I think what people are trying to figure out is, okay, if I build this team for raids, there's basically a punch across, maybe slight punch up, 13K punch up. If you're building a team for raids, is it going to have some use in war? Will I be able? I think a lot of you are just asking me, am I going to be able to use it somewhere? Right? That's what I'm trying to help you figure out. It's like, where is that somewhere? The reason I picked this team, so you may say, wait, Philosopher, why are you picking this team? Well, without Emma, there's no cleanse on the team. And that's kind of like the fatal flaw of this team. And so this Marauder team usually can beat with like aim. Okay, literally, you can beat the team with aim. Might as well just ability block. Oh, it didn't even land the ability block. Okay. Because they don't have any cleanse. And so that's just any team that doesn't have cleanse, it's usually very easy to beat. As long as you bring in a team that has a lot of debuffs. All right. So, just turn Rewinding Strife so we don't get that AoE. I might as well just get rid of our debuffs here. Okay, we'll stun Sinister. All right, and there we go. All right. Okay. Get rid of Mystique. There we go. See? So this is easy, but what I'm trying to show you is like you have to pick your matchup. Very important. Like you can't, if you go up against a team that's got a lot of debuffs, you saw what I did with the Supernatural team against this one. Okay. This team got just rolled by the Supernatural, right? And that was without Elsa, who's like actually really good against this team. But if you flip it and go against a team that doesn't have debuffs and a team that doesn't have a cleanse on their own, then that can be real helpful. Now, some of you are saying, well, every team in war has got debuffs and that sort of thing. Well, that's true. And that's the problem with this team. Like, that's just the reality of this team. One person in my chat asked me, can you use this team against the mercenaries? I'm going to show you what happens if you use this team against the mercenaries. I'll show you what that looks like. Yeah, I'll show you. It's not gonna work. I can tell you just from my knowledge of the kits, it's not gonna work out well. But you can see it with your own eyes how it's gonna work out. Okay, here you go. So punch down on a Mercs. But somebody in chat asked, but I just want you to understand, like, you've got to really pick your spots with this team in war. All right. The only good thing is, look at this. It dodged the taunt. But you see the problem is the blinds, you can't, oh no, it didn't. So Spider-Gwen's got the taunt. And Spider-Man's blind. Okay. And that's basically the end of that. She's blind. So basically, you see they're not really doing anything for a long period of time. So there you go. There's our cleanse from Squirrel Girl. So Squirrel Girl's, I'll call it making it interesting. All right. Okay. Thank goodness for Squirrel Girl here. All right, let's try it out. We're going to get stunned here. No? There we go. So one nice thing is that the Mercs don't have a cleanse either. And the dodges are helping. It's actually, this team's doing a little bit better versus Mercs than I thought. I actually thought this team was going to get erased. The dodges are keeping them in there. Now, obviously, you live by the dodge, die by the dodge, but it looks like we're going to get a surprise win against the Mercs. Look at that. Interesting, huh? All right. All right. So now let me find something else for us to go up against. Actually, let's try the Mercs again. I feel like, and I'm going to try a different Mercs too, because I think maybe that guy doesn't have all the T4s. Let's try a totally different Merc team. Just in case it was just like that guy, because he's like a newer guy in my alliance. Maybe he doesn't have all the T4s or something. I don't know. It's just like that. Just didn't seem right to me. But okay, that was interesting. All right, let's keep Squirrel Girl on. I mean, that's fine. So this is a punch down. That's a 100K punch down. So some of you are wondering why I use Squirrel Girl. You know, she's tied with Emma Frost and what's her name? And Cersei is the fastest cleanse in the game. All right, so this is more like kind of how the way this is playing out here is more like what I expected. Okay, so let's see. Let's see though. I mean, they had to come from behind win before. Wait, I have Captain Sam here. I don't know how that happened. We got to start over. Hold on, that was a mistake. I don't know how Captain Sam got in there, but obviously he's going to carry this team because he's the highest damage. So Taskmaster's just going to taunt on him. Let's try one more here. We're going to do this. We're going to do this again. Hold on. And as I said, we're going to do this on somebody. Okay, we're going to do the same guy's Mercs. So wait, we're going to do. Here we go. We're going to do the Web Warriors again. And then we're doing the Young Avengers. Must have misclicked it last time because we can't put Captain Sam in there. He was carrying the team. This is a punch across. There you go. 644 is 638. That's close enough. Now this should be, because see, before they were putting the taunt on, the Mercs were putting the taunt on Captain Sam, which is not how it's going to work, okay? Obviously, if you bring a 7 red star G16 Captain Sam, it's going to change the outcome of the fight. Okay, here you go. That's kind of what I expected. All right, so everything. We got blind. You see that OG Spider-Man gets taunted. Okay, so OG Spider-Man lived, but you see we've got blinds on 3 characters. Okay, so that's a problem. Okay, so this is the key thing. Squirrel Girl is the key. So now... do we want to ability block? I think we want to ability block Shuri. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Let's put defense down on Merc Riot Guard. Now let's extend starting here. Okay. So far, so good. Now we're going to put the Disrupt on Merc Riot Guard. All right, now let's take down Shuri because there you go. We got our healing down. Huh. This is really interesting. Let's try to stun Taskmaster. Okay, resisted. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay, we don't need to worry about slow on anybody because everyone's got it. All right, so far so good. Okay, let's kill Merc Lieutenant. Let's rewind the turn meter on Taskmaster. And then, wow. All right, they're beating the Mercs. This is better than I thought. Web Warriors proving me wrong. Not trash. Now, obviously, you need to have Squirrel Girl. I don't think this team... Let's use something... Let's try the same fight without Squirrel Girl. Let's try the same fight with Drax and see how it goes, okay? I think that shows us how much of this is Squirrel Girl and how much of it is Web Warriors, because I think one of the things we're going to see is without the cleanse, not going to work as well, but we'll see. I could be wrong. If so, that's great. So we'll do it now with Drax as the 5th. Obviously, he's worse. So this is now 632 versus 638.4. So it's basically a punch across. All right, so let's see. And that's obviously a smaller Scarlet Spider as well. So here's the thing. Having Squirrel Girl meant that we got the cleanse really early. Okay, so here's the issue. So, okay, we do have... Miles is not blinded. So we've got 3 of the others blinded, but we don't have Miles. Okay, so far so good there. Do we want to ability block here? Why not? Just because we're stuck on that. Okay, that's great. Now, we're going to go after Shuri again. Oh, I forgot. He's blind, so he's not hitting anything. Similarly here, not hitting because he's blind. Okay. That's the thing without having Squirrel Girl. Oh. Okay, the dodges, though, are huge. Okay. Now, I think, yeah, we'll put slow on Taskmaster, and then we'll clean some positive effects off. Okay, that was good. Drax is finally gone. Let's try to stun... Let's try to stun Shuri, because Taskmaster's probably going to resist. Okay. Yep. I think we keep going after Shuri. Shuri's controlled with the stun, but I think we just go after her anyway. Oh. We'll rewind. Merc Lieutenant. Merc Riot Guard has got the disrupt. Okay. I can't extend stun, but at least extends the other stuff. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, now we'll spread this stuff. Okay. Okay. A lot of dodges. The dodge is huge. Okay, Spider-Gwen's down. That's a problem. Okay. Merc Lieutenant down. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's... Okay. Ultimus down. Okay, I think we've got it. We did it. We did it. We did it. That was great. All right, so now we've established this team actually can beat Mercs, which I didn't expect. Question is how much do we want to press our luck here? They're not going to be like a Doom team or something. Well, let's try. This is what we're going to do. We're going to try to see how they do against Brotherhood Doom with Squirrel Girl, because I think you need Squirrel Girl for the blinds. Okay, I mean we just have to be realistic here. But let's see. Since I've been accused of being too tough on a team, this is me trying to do something exciting. I mean, they did pretty well. I mean, they eked it out against the Mercs. I give them like major credit there. This is a punch down, 30K punch down. We could try it with Rhino as well. That's another possibility. That's a good point that folks have. But we'll do it with Squirrel Girl this time. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. This is where not having the spread on the ability block is really unfortunate. We also have a pretty big blob here, I think. Ugh. Okay. They're really going after Miles hard. Okay. Okay. Squirrel Girl more than pulling her own weight here. Okay. An argument maybe to do that T4 in the ult. Okay, so we've only got Doom and Juggernaut left. So there is that. Okay, there we go. Problem is the Doom Ult. So here's the thing, though. We might be able to dodge the Doom Ult. Only one, our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is the only one who dodges it. And that's the issue. All right, so it shows you kind of the limitations of the team. But, I have to say, in war, yeah, I think Doom alone is probably just going to make it, so this team is going to have trouble. I think the other issue there is just the taunts. Maybe there would have been an argument to have a skirmisher, because just to have more buff removal, like in war, I think skirmisher might have more value for this team, just for that buff removal. Okay, I'm going to try another team. See how it does. I mean, we're not going to try something crazy like the Eternals or something. We're trying teams that are kind of, I'd say, in a reasonable level here. It's hard. In my alliance, what we're going to do? We'll try. All right, this is about, here's an interesting team. This team has no cleanse, but it's got, it has Doc Ock, and you got Sinister. These are older meta, but I just think that's the reality of what this team is going to need. Now, I will say I'm not sure against some of these counters whether you're going to actually want to have like a fifth in the team. In other words, once Spider Puck comes out, I'm not sure, like against the Mercs, like you kind of need to cleanse the blinds. All right, so here we gotta put the Disrupt on Strife. All right, and then let's, might as well kill Shocker. Okay. It's ability block Doc Ock. And then, All right, prolong here. All right. Okay. You can see Squirrel Girl not getting it done. She's going to clean their debuffs. This is actually a huge problem for us, by the way. That's one disadvantage of having Squirrel Girl here. She's actually going to cleanse their debuffs. Certainly, one other thing I think you're seeing here, of course, is the downside of not being able to spread. Okay, so you can see that heal from her is absolutely clutch. But I was going to say that, one of the issues here is, people are, I think people in my chat are like, boy, it would be nice to be able to spread that ability block. And it would be. I mean, that's part of the thing that is a challenge. You can't extend or spread these ability blocks. And, I think that hurts the team a little bit. Now, obviously, my team's a little small, but this is also not, we're not taking on the Eternals here or Infinity Watch. This is the sort of thing. There's nothing to spread right now because they cloned my Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah. Not optimistic at this point. Oof. Wow, getting the clone of my own character down has been a pain. Just that alone. All right, we got that to happen. Maybe should have aimed Strife first. But you're seeing, like, this is a team, that you have to pick your spots. I do think, we had some surprising, results here. Certainly against the Mercenaries, but I guess I would just say with that, by the way, I don't know how reliable they are. especially in an actual war where they have all these, war-ready buffs and med bay and barracks and all that. Like, I wouldn't, if my alliance couldn't afford to lose the battle, I wouldn't take my chances on that one. But, this is a team, if you know how to pick your spots on offense, they can be okay. And there are people who are going to make mistakes against the team, but as you saw, a team like Hella Natural, probably AIM, I imagine, will have a fairly easy time against this team. Any team that puts out a lot of debuffs and, has a cleanse of their own is going to do really well against the Web Warriors because they don't have their own cleanse. So I guess my final take on this team is kind of what I thought. Scarlet Spider's a great character. In raids, they're a great team. I will do some videos showing them off in Doom 2.3 soon. But in War and in other game modes, I just think they are, they're limited. They're not... all I want people to understand, they're not like the new Warriors or Secret Avengers or whatever. They're just a team that is a very good bio raid team. The best current bio raid team that we have. And in War, pick your spots. They're easily countered on defense, and you have to pick the right team for them to face on offense if you want to achieve some success with this team. All right, guys, if you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you got comments or questions, leave them below or go to my Discord, which is linked below. You can also go to my Twitch stream, which is also linked below. Thank you to Amazon Coins for sponsoring this video. And please use the link below to order Amazon Coins. That will help support our channel.